Well, the thing about the Baha'i faith is that, it's only a personal relationship between you and God, because we don't have any kind of clergy, we don't have any kind of hierarchy when it comes to, the spiritual side of things. We do have an administrative order, so the affairs of the community are handled by different elected bodies. But when it comes to prayer, it's not a communal thing, it's not a thing where you go to a particular place to pray. We don't have any churches or anything like that, so it's definitely just between you and God. So it's a really personal thing. We're really lucky because the Baha'i faith is so new, it's about 160 years old, that we've got all the teachings of Baha'u'llah on paper. Many are in his own hand or in the hand of his amanuensis, the person that writes down what he was saying. So all the prayers that we've got are not just human words, they're not just our prayers, they're actually from Baha'u'llah, his own words. So they're really, really powerful. We can say them whenever we like, although we're asked to say them first thing in the morning and last thing at night in particular. And then we've also got an obligatory prayer, which is something that you must say every single day. And there are 3 different flavors of those, and you can say them, there's a long one that you can say at any time during the day, or there's a short one that you should say after midday and before the sun goes down. So you can choose which ones you want to say. And prayer is such a really important part of what being a Baha'i is, because it's about changing people's hearts and changing people to be able to really make things happen in the world. And so if you don't pray, then you don't have that kind of physical connection and spiritual connection with God, and it's a very personal one-to-one thing. So there's not going to be anyone saying you must do this or you mustn't do that. You've just got the Baha'i writings, and you've got Baha'u'llah's prayers, and you've got your own heart and your own motivation. So, you pray, you talk to God, it makes things happen inside, and then that makes you want to follow his teachings and want to go out and, tell people about the Baha'i faith and tell people that the world doesn't have to be like this, it can be a better place, and tell people a little bit about what your vision is. And prayer is the thing that kind of makes that happen. It's the thing that charges the batteries, and then the Baha'u'llah's teachings are the map that you've got to go on your journey. So prayer's like the fuel, and then the teachings are like the guidance, the roadmap sort of thing. So yeah, it's a very personal thing though. I'm not going to say that this is what it's like for all Baha'is, because with the Baha'i faith, we have no hierarchy. There's not going to be anyone that says this is what the Baha'i faith says about such and such, or this is what Baha'u'llah meant when he said, because it's a personal thing, then you'll only ever hear Baha'is saying, I think this is what this passage means, or this is what it means to me, and it's a responsibility for everybody to decide for themselves, exactly what they want to interpret a particular passage as. And so it's a very personal relationship that you've got with Baha'u'llah and with God. So it's a very inclusive religion, and prayer is a really important part of that, because that's how you can get your inspiration, and that's how you can deepen, and that through prayer you get better understanding of what the writings are saying. You can obviously discuss things amongst other Baha'is or amongst people of all religions, because as Baha'is we believe in all the religions, we believe in all the messengers of God. They've all come down, they've all brought a truth and a message that was special for a particular time and place, and Baha'u'llah just happens to be the last messenger, the most recent messenger, and he's reiterated all the basic teachings about being kind to your neighbour, and not burdening anyone with a burden that you wouldn't want to have placed on yourself. And so Baha'is are very inclusive, and prayer is a really important part of that, because it's what connects you to God. And if you don't have that connection, then it's just words. The guidance won't actually change how you are as a person, because there are so many different philosophies out there, but without the real connection with the source of where that guidance is coming from, then it's really difficult, I would imagine, to be able to live the life and not succumb to all the temptations and things like that this world is offering you. So prayer is really important, and it's a time of when those very few times in the day when you're really focused on something that isn't just the day-to-day sort of activities of life, or you know, what you're going to have to do next, or putting the children to bed, or whatever it might be. So it's a really special time.